Welcome to Brain Wreck. I'm Jason Axe.
And I'm Kevin Grant.
And this is a podcast that we got a little scared.
Who can take my car keys?
Does anybody validate?
Is somebody validating this place?
Listen, we didn't
parking here.
There was an event. That occurred over this past weekend, and we were a little uncertain. We were a little scared. We were a little frightened. We didn't know what was going to happen. We didn't know if certain things were going to be avenged or if certain things were going to be
Endgamed.
Endgamed. So we went to the one place where we knew we were going to be safe.
We could be safe here.
Yes.
They don't have great parking. Thank you for taking my keys.
Yes.
But we're here in the quantum realm.
We are in the quantum realm. From what I understand, pretty much you're safe from any type of Titan trying to destroy the universe.
Yeah, I mean it's a great point of exposition. You know, you just
there's a Walmart.
They do have a Walmart. There's like a bar,
right,
and like a little convenience store.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so if you leave the bar and you still want to get a little ripple in you, you know what I'm talking about. It's that quantum juice.
Ooh,
yeah.
Trademark this show.
That's
right.
Quantum juice.
So, yes, there was an event that happened over the past weekend and all. You may have heard about it. A little Avengers Endgame happened.
Yeah.
And, boy, it took America by storm.
It took the world by storm, sir.
It is
we've got a feed to the outside world while we're in here. That's how we're keeping up on things.
That's right.
But yeah, $1.2 billion opening weekend.
Absolutely insane.
Worldwide. How? Like, they don't even need to do anything. Like, they can literally Marvel can just cut all advertising dollars right now for that movie.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
For the remainder.
Yep.
They have made their nut. And they're going to keep making their nut. And then they're going to nut all over Hollywood. Just be like, look at this. Just nuts everywhere.
I'm pretty sure you can't do that anymore.
That is how you get canceled. Yeah, that's true. It's very true.
But we're safe here in the quantum realm.
We're safe here in the quantum. Do you guys cancel? Is that a thing that happens here?
So an event happened.
The event
happened.
I'm gonna call it the event of the year.
You would.
I am. And I did.
And so one of us was really looking forward to this event.
As we discussed on last week's episode. That was me.
And one of us couldn't give a shit. And that was me.
That was you.
Yeah.
But I know that this movie changed your life.
Oh, it did.
For the better. For the very much better. You are now, it's...
You know?
You have an outlook on life, and you're like, those Marvel guys and gals, they know what's up. They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
This guy's a fan now.
Hold on. So...
Sir.
So I want to first start... What we're going to do first is we're going to talk about our experience. And then... Well, you tell your experience, I will tell my experience, and then we will talk about the film.
Okay. I think this goes without saying that if you're watching this episode and you've read the title, we are going to spoil Endgame.
Yes. Do not watch if you haven't seen it.
Well, hang on.
Okay.
If you are watching via, a channel that airs video, your YouTube, your Twitch, wherever, just mute it. And then you can watch us talk.
Yeah.
Just
throw in your own dialogue.
But don't not watch.
Right.
Throw in your own dialogue. That's fun. Do dialogue with friends.
Oh, there we go.
You can you have one person who's just like, really happy and optimistic, and the other, person is, very devoted and motivated and not at all bitter.
Yeah.
So do that.
So 3, 2, 1. Spoilers. How was your experience, sir?
I had such a good time. I saw it twice.
Twice already?
I saw it twice already.
Oh my gosh.
For the first time in my movie watching history, it was almost 3 times in one weekend.
Really?
So I was just figuring this out the other day. I'm pretty sure that my record for in-theater viewings is 5.
That is mine as well.
And that is with The Dark Knight Rises. But I think that was kind of by circumstance. That wasn't necessarily by choice.
Okay.
Yeah, but I
don't know if anyone would choose
to
see that movie 5 times in a lifetime.
So I think there might have been one more that tied it, but I can't remember. But anyways,
Force Awakens, maybe?
No, that was only like 3.
Okay.
And then Infinity War might have been 5. I can't remember. But anyways, I tried getting Christy to go on Sunday because we went for the Thursday night showing, the Friday night showing, and I was like, Sunday, go watch the little Avengers, come home, watch the little Game of Thrones. It'd be the perfect roller coaster of an emotional day. She did not want to do that.
She declined that offer.
She declined that offer, so I'm only on 2 showings.
Okay.
Both experiences were great.
Okay.
I mean, do we want to get like real into our experiences?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll go right into it. I typically am not a fan of the clapping at movies.
Yes.
I was all about it this time.
He was all in.
People were cheering. People were reacting. People were clapping. One guy was annoyed, and he made his annoyance feel felt around the theater. Because like this, I forget what moment it was, but this big moment happened, and everyone's like, "Yeah, great, yeah, it's fucking awesome!" And like as that's kind of subsiding, the guy goes, "I can't hear what they're saying when you're clapping."
He got a whole sentence out,
and we're like, "Dude, like, come on, man! Like, you're at the fan event because we went to the fan event."
This is what I was trying to get you to tell.
Oh, okay, yeah. We went.
You can lead a horse to water, folks. But Jesus Christ.
We went to it was the fan event.
Okay.
Where you see the movie like an hour early. You get a commemorative coin. You get exclusive concession deals. And you get exclusive content that airs at some point. We only received half of that because apparently nobody knew what the fuck was going on.
Okay.
And then
sounds about right.
And then I'm going to call him out. Adam Tickets. Try to throw the hustle down, saying, "Well, that's not our fault. You should talk to Regal." And it's like, but the tickets are purchased through your service.
Right.
You advertise. If you advertise something and you don't follow through, that's on you.
That is on you.
I don't care who's running the show.
I'm tired. I'm sick and tired of this goddamn country blaming everybody else for the troubles. Take some personal responsibility.
Yeah. Just give us a couple free movie tickets. They offered Christy $5.
Well, I mean, $5
in credit.
bucks.
That's kind of nice.
In credit.
In credit, yeah.
Oh.
But and I was like, okay, I guess. But then Christy was like, no. I'm not going to accept money only to give you more money back. And I was like, oh.
She's getting her big girl drink on.
So that kind of sucked, but like the initial viewing was great.
Okay.
We had a great time. And then very similar experience the following night.
Okay, really?
Not as much clapping and cheering throughout the movie.
Okay.
But when the big moments hit, the entire theater blew up. And I was like, I like this for this. This is good. Yeah.
Nice.
An enjoyable time.
Good for you.
Yeah.
I'm very happy for you.
Yeah. How was yours?
Not as great.
No. Why?
All right. So I knew that you being Mr. Fanboy.
I am a fanboy.
And you being Mr. Marvel, that you were going to want to talk about this movie on said show.
Did you go see it for me?
Yes.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm not kidding.
You're such a good friend.
Dude, I'm the best.
You are the best.
Yeah. Put myself over right here.
Yeah. Look at this guy.
Anywho.
Who'd he beat? A lot of people.
Lots of people. Pinfall victories. 1, 2, 3. In the middle of the ring. Anyway.
Come on. When did you go?
Okay. So I had texted you and said, because I had my final exam from my class on Saturday.
Right.
And now I am taking a break from school. So I've got time.
You got time. You got things you can go do.
Exactly. So I decided that you know what? Let's do a little celebrating after my final exam.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Treat yourself.
Let's go to the movies.
Treat yourself.
So
yeah,
so the Axes were hustling down to the movie theater, and we were going in, and boy, we got there at like 5. Okay.
At 5?
5 o'clock in the afternoon. Okay. 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and I had the free passes.
There you go.
To go see the movie, and yes, they are good on the new releases. Depending on the pass.
It depends on the pass.
Yes.
Because I've been tricked before.
You have?
I have.
Oh. You've been past tricked?
I've been past tricked. I've been swindled.
Wow.
They swindled me.
Anywho, so we go up to the box office,
right?
And the box office is here, and the back of the line is over here.
Oh.
So there's a little bit of a wait.
Shit, yeah.
So we're getting up there, we're getting up to the counter, and we're looking, and we're just seeing sold out, 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 sold out. And here's the deal, and I know what you're gonna say, like, why didn't you just buy them online?
Just buy them online.
You can't do that with the passes.
I thought you could.
You could not.
Really?
Cannot.
That's
Must be redeemed at the box office.
Blech.
Right. So we wait in the line, and then we get up to the counter, and first off, the question was, can we use these tickets? And they're like, yes. And they're like, and we're like, perfect. What's the earliest showing you have? 10:30.
Yeah.
And
man.
only the front row.
Oh shit, dude.
And I've got the kids. So I'm like, all right, we're not going to do that.
Yeah, it's not going to work.
So then we look on the phone and we're like, all right, well, where's else playing? And they're like, oh, there's a 7:00 at Shopping Town.
Hey,
let's go. So we jump in the car, drive all the way over to Shopping Town. From there, get out, walk in. There's another line at the box office. So we're waiting in line at the box office, and we get up there and we're like, can we use these passes?
Yeah.
And he's like, yes, you can. And I'm like, perfect. We would like 4 for the 7 p.m. And he goes, ooh.
Ooh.
And he goes, that's a 3D movie.
Oh, no.
You only have 2D passes. And I'm like, well, can I just buy like an upgrade?
Yeah.
No.
Really?
That's what he said.
That's a poor salesman right there.
That's a poor salesman, right?
Fire that guy.
So I go, okay. What is your next available showing? And he goes, 9:30 in the front row. And I'm like, motherfucker. And I said, okay, I'm looking at the thing. I'm not going to Great Northern.
No,
it's just not happening.
God, no.
It's not happening. So I'm going through it, and I'm looking, and I'm just like, tomorrow, being Sunday, it is playing every 15 minutes. No joke.
Oh, yeah.
Every 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So I'm like, we'll go at 9:00 in the morning, and we'll get something.
Yeah.
So we went at 9:00 in the morning, and they had a 9:30 showing with 4 seats in a row, the 4th row.
Okay.
So that's not horrible.
That's not bad.
It's not bad.
We actually sat in the 3rd row for the fan event, and I was like, okay, this is kind of cool.
Wasn't horrible, right? So I go up to the counter, and I say, this is what we want, 9:30. He's like, okay. And I give him the 4 passes, and he goes, wait a minute. How old is he? And pointing to my son, I go, he's 2. He goes, you don't need no pass. And I'm like, what?
Okay.
He's like, he don't need no pass. And he slides it back to me, and I'm just like, all right. And he goes, man, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you seats 1, 2, and 3, and leave that a solo seat. Just in case someone wants to sit next to you. You know what I mean, man?
What a wonderful person.
Dude, employee of the year. Shout out to my man Stevie.
Give Stevie a raise.
Yeah.
Stevie deserves a raise. Yep. That's all I'm going to say. And a promotion. Make him head of whatever it is he's doing.
Great customer service.
Yeah.
So, I basically 3 attempts.
3 times.
To try to get this fucking movie.
Yeah,
okay?
Right.
So then we finally get in there, and of course, we had the Dollar Tree up beforehand. We've got the diaper bag stuff full of all the good.
Veteran maneuver.
Come on.
That is a veteran move.
Yeah, so then we go and see the movie.
Right.
So now we can talk about the movie.
Okay. Yeah. 15 minutes of just us going to the movies. Mm-hmm. Okay. So, the movie itself.
Yes.
That was a look. I don't know what that was for.
I thought that was going to fall.
Okay, good. All right. I feel like I know what you're going to say.
Okay.
But I want you to go ahead and say it.
No, I want to hear what you think I'm going to say. That's way more fun.
I want you to say that you loved it.
Okay.
It changed your life.
Okay.
And you just cannot wait for what the future holds for the MCU.
It did change my life.
Okay.
Through the experience I had trying to get to the movie.
Right.
And then the experience I have during the movie, I'm not interested in going to the movies anymore.
Really?
I'm just not interested.
Why?
I don't like it.
You don't like it?
I don't like Regals.
What about?
It just... Well, kayfabe, brother, kayfabe.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, the quantum realm collapsing on itself. Quick, got the commercial. Got the commercial.
Oh, no.
Where's that man? Quantum. It's all those quantum juices.
They ain't gonna hold.
They ain't gonna hold, man. It's just ignore that. Focus on us. Okay.
All right.
Fuck it.
Damn it.
Okay, go ahead.
Anyway, so yeah, like it was.
You don't like going to Regals.
I don't like going to Regals. Like they're not as frankly they're not as nice as the Dollar Theater. They're just not.
I guess it kind of depends. Because, like, I don't necessarily know if I have a different experience going to the Dollar Theater when I'm watching the movie.
Right.
But, like, I don't know. I'm partial.
You're partial?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I don't love, it could be anything. It could be like an AMC.
Right.
Whatever else the fuck they got out west.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, it's what we got.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're just giving up?
No, I'm just...
You're not expecting the better experience that Stevie gave?
I mean, Stevie gave you a great experience.
I know. A company deserves better, though.
Okay.
Like, he should go work for Hollywood.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, wherever.
Movie Tavern is awesome. I will say that. I love the Movie Tavern.
Yeah.
$5 Tuesdays,
Yeah,
bro.
okay.
$5 Tuesdays, and you get free popcorn, and you don't got to buy shit from
So
them.
you're sort of over this, we'll call it a middle-of-the-road status quo theater chain.
Yeah, because I feel like...
It doesn't really add anything for you.
It doesn't add anything. Like, everybody... Like, I want a theater that... If... I don't know. I want, like, a secret theater.
I want a theater that's not in the mall.
Yes.
Basically what it comes down to. Because, like, at the end of the day, you're in a mall. And I see the long... No, fuck it. Yeah, like at the end of the day, it's going to the Regal doesn't necessarily add anything to the experience. Like going to the Oswego Cinema up in Oswego, New York.
Yeah,
great theater, lots of fun. It was
and cheap too,
and cheap,
yep.
And it's. I feel like I'm going to a real movie experience when I go there. When I go to Regal, I'm like, yeah, let's go to the mall and then check out the movie.
Right.
But I guess I see what you're saying.
And besides that, like. There really wasn't any hooping and hollering in my viewing, which
also went early.
Yeah, I mean, we went at 9:30 in the morning. Yeah. So, and Jesus Christ, we went at 9:30 in the morning and got out at 1 of the theater. I'm like, what in the holy hell happened?
Yeah. You lost basically half the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, but like, I knew that going in.
Right.
So for me, I was just like, okay, I want to see this movie as early as possible so I can do something else.
Right. Did you do anything else?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's good for you.
Yeah. Irrelevant.
Okay. So but, the movie.
Listen. I like the Back to the Future references.
Okay. Yeah.
That was neat.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed seeing the trailer for the new Star Wars movie up on the big screen. Like that got me excited. Got me really excited. Like more excited than just seeing the trailer for the first time. So, what I thought of the movie. It was okay.
It was okay.
It was okay. Yeah.
I mean, I can't. You know what? I will accept that from you.
Okay.
I'll accept that from you.
Here's the thing.
Okay. Here we go.
They fucked up time travel.
Did they though?
Yes.
How so?
Because they broke their own rules.
Well, what did they break? I want to know what you think they broke.
They broke the rule. Okay. So from the way that they explained it, they're like, you know how you know time travel? That ain't how time travel works.
Right.
So basically the idea is that even if you travel back in time, that's still your present, so that you're not altering anything in the past. This is just your current present, and if you change anything, they will skew off into a different timeline.
Yes.
Right? Okay. So the issue with that, and if you're going to establish that as the rule, which Big Lebowski Thor was fantastic. Yes, and we'll get to that.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah. My favorite part in the whole movie. So, but anyway, but they fucked that concept up with Steve.
At the end?
At the end.
So here's the yes. They
spoilers.
Marvel spoilers. Marvel did the thing that they are the one thing that they're notorious for doing.
Mm-hmm.
Having all these really detailed and intricate plot lines.
Mm-hmm.
And then forgetting like one key element.
Right.
Like that key element being, well, wait a minute. You fuckers said
right.
You can't change the past. The past is the past. If you go back and you change the past, that just creates a new future.
Correct.
Not your future.
Right.
Just a new future, which for all intents and purposes, you can considerably call a new timeline.
Right.
So you've got timeline A, which we'll say is like the 21 MCU movies up to that point.
Correct.
And then when they go back in time, do all the Infinity Stone shit, they're creating new timelines.
Yes.
Which in itself also become new realities, a new universe, if you will. And then the way to reverse that is to go back and change everything again, back to the way it was, and bail without anybody knowing.
Right.
Well, if Steve goes back and stays with Peggy, that essentially creates a new timeline that he is now existing in.
Correct.
Because he doesn't jump out.
Correct.
So he won't be able to necessarily meet up with
Correct.
Bucky. And took
me right out of the movie.
Yeah, the last 2 minutes.
Took me right out.
Two arguments for that.
Mm-hmm.
Wait. Okay, someone's actually chiming in here on Twitch. Steve was back in time while he was also frozen in ice. Yes, I do agree with that. Making two Steve Rogers at the same time, with our Steve living low-key life with Peggy, while other Steve is still going forward, causing all the events to unfold. So yes, that is actually the one of the arguments I was going to say.
Okay.
Is he just existed within the timeline that we all knew, that we'll call it the canon timeline.
Mm-hmm.
And then all like the attack on New York happens, all the stuff with the ether, basically all the battles for the Infinity Stone still occur. Boom, Thanos does the thing at the end. They reverse it, and Steve's just kind of like chilling low key, like, hey guys, I'm old now. In the background. The Russo brothers, however, have come out and said,
we fucked up.
For him to have been able to meet with Sam and Bucky at the end of the movie, he would have had to have jumped back. So he would have had to have, from his time, so basically he goes back, stays with Peggy, but creates a new timeline.
Right.
So for him to have been back where they were, he would have had to have jumped back. And I'm like, why did you guys fucking say anything?
Right. I mean, they made a noise. So, like, I guess that makes sense, but, like...
going back to 1970 and placing the stone back in his current timeline back to normal, as the Ancient One and Banner explained, but when he reunited with Peggy, he wasn't in 1970. He went back... Yeah, I was under the impression he went back to the 40s or the 50s to sort of
Which is weird, because then he would be most likely be dead.
At that point?
Yeah.
No, at that point he was frozen. He never dies.
Well, I understand that.
So there is that assumption where after he drops the last stone, he jumps back.
I'm telling you, he was always with her.
Okay, so Christy, I'm going to do your theory here. So in Civil War.
Oh,
wait! We are blowing up tonight.
A lot of people want to talk about it. Everybody's kind of hush hush. This is the place for everybody to get out their theories.
Also, we are the conspiracy theories.
Yeah, that's right.
Also, before they had no extra pin particles, the original plan goes wrong. So Cap and Tony went back to the 70s to get more particles.
Right.
To get them back to the present. Cap takes 4.
Right. I noticed that.
Extras. See that? Oh, wait a minute though.
Because one for him.
No shit. Oh, man. I totally misread that. Well, I totally misread that scene. I thought, for some reason, he was taking 2 for him, 2 for Tony. He took 1 for him and Tony to get back to their present.
Right. And then didn't use them again.
Oh, man, that... Good catch. So anyways, Christie's theory.
Right.
So Christie's theory was that... So in Civil War, we hear Peggy Carter talk about, her husband. If it wasn't for Steve, she probably would never ended up meeting her husband.
Okay.
And they go on, they have this family together. Christie's theory is that was Steve.
I mean, it would have to be for everything to make sense.
So, but they don't tell you that because I don't believe you see anything about her husband aside from her in the interview saying, I met my husband because of him.
Well, when she dies, does she say anything about him?
They're just shooting the shit, and then because she has, what is it? She's
Alzheimer's, right?
Yeah. So she's forgetful.
Right.
Plus, what was it like? I think Sharon Carter had said, my aunt kept so many secrets. Yada yada yada. So I think it's possible.
I would buy that.
I
think that holds water.
I think that, and this is the thing that I wish Marvel would stop doing when they do have plot holes like this.
Right.
Don't make up some half-assed retcon in the middle of some interview or press conference you're doing.
Exactly.
Let the hear what the fans think
and pick the best one.
Because here's the thing, nerds like me are watching this shit time and time again. So we're picking up on new things going, well, wait a minute, this connects here, this connects here. I bet they didn't even know that connects there. Because that's actually what ends up happening is they end up with so many little connections that I don't think they ever intended on making. So just be we'll see how that story works out. We'll see if maybe something, comes from that. And then be okay, how can we connect everything?
It becomes a panic afterwards.
So, okay, but getting back to the movie itself, that sort of took you out. You thought the movie was okay overall.
The movie was okay overall. There were certain things that, like as we talked about, you're Mr. Fanboy of this stuff, and I haven't seen all the movies.
Yeah.
Okay, so I haven't seen Thor 2.
You don't really need to.
But apparently that was part of this.
I mean, it has a stone. I mean, that's about the only thing you need to know about Thor: The Dark World is an Infinity Stone is introduced in that movie.
Okay.
That's it.
I didn't see Captain Marvel yet, so that didn't really seem to be...
Captain Marvel didn't play as much into it.
Right. I think I've seen the rest. No, I haven't seen Age of Ultron either. So... Okay,
I mean,
So I'm not.
It's an investment of time, though, too.
It really is. So I went in, and I will give them credit. This movie, way less confusing than Infinity War. Way less confusing.
I will say, for the amount of characters I expected to see in this movie, they did do a good job at keeping it to just the core group. I mean, really, even Thanos didn't really play a big part in it.
No, not really.
I mean, yes, in a way.
Yeah, but I mean, it was. I don't know. It was interesting when they killed him, right in the beginning.
I did not see that coming.
I didn't, but when it happened, I'm just oh, this is a misdirect. Very, very, very neat.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. But for me, there were certain things the Guardians of the Galaxy didn't really play that big of a role.
No.
And really, one of the main questions of going out of Infinity War was what's going to happen with Gamora. I know they're making more of these movies.
They've got another one on the way. They start filming next year.
What's up with her? And I mean, way more Nebula in this movie than probably was necessary.
Well, she plays in the actual comic, she does play a big role. So I wasn't I guess I sort of expected that.
Right.
Which is weird because she really hasn't been
I mean, she was featured more in Guardians of the Galaxy too. But
yeah.
She must have tested well.
Yeah, I don't know.
So, what happened to
Gamora at the end? They kind of leave that up in the air.
Yeah.
So they don't really tell, there's the scene where she knees Quill in the balls.
Right.
And I'm pretty sure that's like the last time you see her.
Correct.
Like, I mean,
and then
there was like the big charge that they had.
Right.
But then like that's the last time. The last place you see her is on the battlefield.
Yeah. Well,
and like there's no closure to that.
Right. Well, she needs him, and then Gamora's like, well, it was either him or the tree.
Yeah. But then there's the scene at the very end when they're all on.
And he's looking at the
Milano,
picture,
and he's looking at her trying to find her.
Right.
So I initially
is that the plot?
I don't know. I mean, there's so much shit to try to figure out. Because James Gunn has already written Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Okay.
This was like long ago. They already said that they were using his script.
Okay.
So unless like between today and the time that movie comes out, there's like just some, oh, hey, we found her. Which I doubt is going to happen.
Homie's got something to say.
Wait, Gamora is the hidden end within the movie. There was no end scene credits because they put what happens in the future movies within the movie itself. Okay, I didn't know. I know that there's no end scene, but I didn't know that they had filmed one.
Okay,
cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had originally thought that she zipped back to 2014. Oh. But apparently that didn't actually happen.
Right.
So apparently she's just like wandering around. Like however, like 10 years, however long it is in the future. I don't even know what year they're in now.
Well, they're 5 years from now.
But is now there now?
No.
Was there now, are now?
Well, no. They kind of synced up their timeline per the year the movie came out, like 2014 being like Guardians, and then everything happened in Guardians, and then they synced that up. So when this movie started, the opening scene that was now.
That was now, and
then
they
went
to 5 years. So it's
24.
So it's 2024.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm excited to see the future.
I'm excited to see what the future looks like.
Yeah.
And, through the eyes of, it's probably just, like way more like just shiny.
And there's probably a lot more 70s music.
Yeah, which is weird. It's a weird take. At this point, you'd think there'd be like a lot more like early 2000s, like new metal.
Let's not do that.
See, that's what I'm waiting for. Not because I want it to happen, but because I'm afraid it's going to happen. Like,
it's going to happen.
There's going to be like a 5-year period where like
the nostalgia
all the
for 2000
nostalgia is like fucking Papa Roach and Limp Bizkit, and it's gonna be awful. It's gonna be so bad.
Homie's blowing you up over here.
Let's see. When Black Widow was talking about an earthquake under the ocean. The coast of Africa has to be Namor. Oh, for Black Panther 2. Black Widow, brief mention. Her dad ties into her prequel movie next year. Yeah, that's the other thing. So Black Widow's got a movie coming out.
Yeah.
So
they killed her too.
She's dead.
Spoilers.
So unless they just.
Just making sure.
Just making sure.
After I tell you the information.
Right, yeah. So she's dead.
Yes.
So it's got to be assumed that it's a prequel. It might have been touched upon at one point that it was going to be a prequel movie.
I think so.
But I was like, things change.
Right.
And then they've got the I was calling him Captain Falcon. The Falcon and the fucking Winter Soldier there.
Yeah, they're getting their show,
They've got a show.
Yeah.
Wanda and Vision are supposed to have a show. Loki's supposed to have his own show. So and all those are going to be, and Hawkeye's got a show.
But why?
Because he's fucking Hawkeye.
I mean, okay.
I mean, he was pretty badass in this one. Just slicing dudes.
I guess.
That's a cool sword.
He was CW's Arrow.
What?
He was wearing the hood. He was taking down the Yakuza.
Who came first?
CW's Arrow.
No, what? I was trying to say Green Arrow or Hawkeye. Because you know how like Marvel and DC have like all the characters that are basically just that character.
Right.
Who came first?
I would presume the Green Arrow.
Really though?
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, we could look it up, but we're not gonna.
Yeah.
So they got all those shows.
Right.
So like, what's gonna happen with that? But like, I don't know where else they're gonna go with the MCU at this point.
Well, I mean, you kind of have to go Fantastic Four and X-Men, right?
I mean, I feel like it's still going to be a while.
Really?
Yeah,
Still?
I feel like it's still going to be a while. The one, I mean, it's going to be interesting because really, so like the original core group, like that's not really going to exist anymore.
No.
Which I'm kind of excited to see because it's like cool, like we're updating the things that we're actually trying to invest time and money into.
Yeah.
What the fuck is going to be more badass than Cap catching Mjolnir? Oh, dude, when Cap grabbed the hammer.
Yeah.
I did not see that coming.
Uh-huh.
And I think I came a little.
Oh. See, I didn't see the movie that was referenced to, so I didn't.
That's right. You never saw Age of Ultron.
Like,
so fuck.
I'm like, how did
you would have had to have.
Yeah, so when it happened, I'm just like, can you do that? Is that allowed?
I mean, he does.
What are the rules?
He does it like he did it recently in the comic book, I believe.
I don't read Marvel comic books though, bro.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
You know, I'm pretty sure it was like the secret invasion.
Secret of the Ooze.
The Secret of the Ooze. Yeah, when it was Nazi Captain America.
Right on.
And then like the other Captain America was like, Thor, bitch. And then fucking smacked him in the head with it.
Hail Hydra.
No.
We got a little of that in the movie.
Yeah.
Which was I knew about that. Which was fun.
So here's the thing. I'm pretty sure I've said this before on the podcast. My mom loves these fucking movies.
Right.
There are a handful of questions she continually presses me on. One of them is, how did Hydra get the goddamn scepter? And I'm like, okay, because again, like that's the start of Age of Ultron.
Right.
Is Hydra's got the scepter from the Battle of New York, which was Avengers 1. So I'm just like, I don't know. You like long term, you got to figure that, okay, well, Hydra had infiltrated S.H.I.E.L.D., so S.H.I.E.L.D. was corrupt. So when they got the scepter from the Battle of New York, they gave it to S.H.I.E.L.D. S.H.I.E.L.D. was also Hydra, so Hydra gave it to the guy in the secret base, and then that's how they got the scepter, and the Avengers had to go and get it. So I'm like, that's how it happens. And she's just like, I don't know. But in this movie, they actually show the strike team that was actually Hydra come and get the scepter. And I'm like, fucking knew it. I was right.
Is your mom still going to ask you, though?
She's probably... No. What's going to happen... Because I'm going to take her to the movie probably tomorrow.
Okay.
This is what's going to happen. She's going to be... And I'm going to be like... Shh.
I've seen this 3 times.
This is my 3rd time now. I've told you this. Jesus. So Captain America picking up the... Oh, wait. We have dates. Green Arrow, 1941. Hawkeye, 1962. Well, you know... That is what
exactly. It is. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying that, like, there was a scene in this movie that was shot on CW's Arrow. That's all I'm saying.
You're an awful person. So, okay. Speaking of scenes, were there any big moments where you were like, oh, sick?
Yeah. Actually, yeah. I forgot that, like, from the previous movie... that Pepper Parks got a suit. Not Pepper Parks. Pepper. Hopefully Pepper Parks got a suit too.
2 people know what we're talking about. And it's us.
Yep. Pepper.
Pepper Potts.
Yeah, Potts.
Yep.
I was so close.
You were like very, you were like that close. Yep. Yeah, it was like, yeah.
Anywho.
Who the hell is Pepper Parks? You're obviously not a wrestling fan. That's all I'm gonna say.
My bad.
Yeah.
Anywho, so I forgot that she got a suit. So when she showed up, I was just like, oh, neat.
That was the wait. I ask you what like big moment made you go, oh wow, and you come back with Gwyneth Paltrow getting her own Iron Man suit.
Yeah,
I mean, you know what? Hey, if that was your favorite part of the movie,
I didn't say it was my favorite.
Oh, what was your favorite?
That had to be Big Lebowski Thor.
That was unexpected.
It was unexpected. It was ballsy as fuck.
And you know what? In that moment, I felt vindicated.
Why is that?
Because, and I will tell the story again. Wait, you find out she gets a suit in that movie. Yeah, like he was kind of building her the suit in the movie. but whatever. When I had taken Christy and my mother to go see Thor Ragnarok, I had Christy here, and I had my mom here, and
look at you.
and then there's the scene where the Thor's got his shirt off, and I'm just like, and I already seen it at that point, but then from both sides of me, I just hear, oh. So when we finally get to see Fat Thor, I was like, so I felt very vindicated.
Nice, good for you.
Okay, this is gonna be a wrestling fan once AEW comes around. Okay, cool,
good for you, man.
Yeah, so that got a big laugh. Plus, Korg and Meek were back.
Yeah, dude.
Which I was happy to see them.
Listen, first off, fuck this movie. Because how many motherfuckers that know each other are part of the 50% that lived?
What do you mean?
From the snap.
How many people knew each other?
Yeah, listen, okay, I get it. They got rid of, Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And, Black Panther and stuff like that. But, all these dudes?
Well, I mean, why not?
I mean, I guess.
I mean, it's 50% of a lot of people.
Yeah.
And creatures. Don't forget. They took the birds.
They took the birds. And then we gave them back the bird.
And then, they gave the birds back.
Right.
Because there's a scene where, the birds are fluttering, and Scott's like, oh, boom, and then boom! Fucking building explodes.
Yeah.
Okay. So Fat Thor was great. I'm glad they threw in
Korg.
Korg, yeah, and then I'm glad they threw in the Big Lebowski reference.
Yes,
because he's he brought him from Point Break to Lebowski, which I'm like, that's a nice circle that they just went around. He's still hot even with dad bod. Well,
I hear that's in nowadays. I can't keep track with these women.
I can't keep track of these women?
What they want, what they're looking for.
Apparently just Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah.
Apparently that's all they want.
Okay. Well, what about that Aquaman guy?
Well, he shaved his beard.
Oh, bro, what are you doing?
I actually saw a great tweet. I think it was Kumail Nanjiani. He posted a thing where he was like, oh, it was very cool to see Jason Momoa shave his beard only to reveal a perfectly chiseled jawline. And it's you can't win in those situations.
Right, exactly. Son of a bitch. What the fuck were we talking about?
So Fat Thor.
Right, was great.
That was great. I really enjoyed all the little callbacks to all the different movies.
I knew you would.
Because everything kind of just it was nice to see. It was nice to see some a little more of the different characters from all the different movies just kind of pop up. I wasn't expecting to see Robert Redford.
No.
I was like, dope.
Right.
They got Red back. All right. Still hanging in there.
Right.
So that was cool. Plus the other neat thing was when we were in the theaters, again, we had all seen these movies.
Yes.
Like all of the movies.
Well, you went to the fans event.
Well, yeah, but also everybody in the theater saw Avengers.
Right.
Everybody in the theater saw, the Thor.
Nobody's coming in being like,
yeah,
who's Iron Man?
But every time they flashed back to one of the earlier movies, the place lit up.
Oh, okay.
So it was you motherfuckers have seen this shit before, and you're still popping.
Right.
And I was like, this is cool. It was a fun experience. One of my favorite moments, though, and this is kind of dark.
Oh, boy.
So the movie starts.
Right.
With Hawkeye and his family.
Right.
And then it's revealed that his family was dusted.
Right.
Which we already knew. Everybody knew that was going to happen. The moment, though, that it happened was still this stiff punch right to the gut. And everybody was just like, yo, no. No.
And but everybody saw it coming a mile away.
Yeah, but I was like,
but it didn't matter.
Still, yeah, it didn't matter because the movie did such a great job at pulling you in the moments you needed to be pulled in.
Right.
So I was like, yeah. And plus, dude, that fucking battle scene Like the whole last hour of the movie.
I will admit, probably one of the coolest parts of the movie is everyone being beamed in.
Yeah.
At that point, and I'm just like, oh yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah, oh yeah, they're in this movie too.
Mm-hmm.
It was one of those, just like constant, just like, oh yeah, there's part of this.
Like I like that scene when they're all lined up, and you just see all the heroes.
Did you cry?
No. I was very excited, but also like it reminded me of, because like back in college, my old roommate, he had like the Marvel brand poster,
right?
Where it was like it had the Marvel logo, then it had like all the characters lined up,
right?
Like every single one. Like I looked at that and I'm like, I have looked at this photo for like years, and I've seen it floating around online. I've seen it in comic books. I'm like,
right.
I never would have ever thought that I would see this in a film.
Right.
I'm like, this is incredible. Like through all like the little like fuck ups and little flubs and plot holes and all that, I'm like, no other movie studio has been able to get to this.
Right.
I'm like, change my life.
Okay, so, and that's great. But let's talk about the big death in the family, if you will. So we already talked about Black Widow.
We lost Black Widow.
We talked about Old Man Steve.
Now
we got to talk about Mr. Robert Downey Jr.
Robert Downey Jr.
going down for the count.
Went down. And I was like, I don't know if I saw that coming.
Really?
I would have expected Steve to go.
Well, I mean, they're both going.
Well, yes, in a way. But I would have expected a death scene from Steve.
Gotcha.
I guess I should have known that Iron Man was going to get it, because they did the whole thing where he got his second chance. He got his family. He kind of got to settle down. Like, the dude can't ever really settle down, but like he got that family life that he's always wanted. So you should have seen that coming. That's kind of a thing that they teased in Age of Ultron. Was like, because they introduce you to Hawkeye's family. He's talking about like rebuilding stuff in the house, doing renovations, like settling down because he was kind of retired. And then like they do a little switcheroo death scene where like he's not the one that gets it. But so I guess I should have seen that coming with Tony. But yeah, no more Tony Stark. No more Tony Stark.
And so I mean, if there was one thing that was emotional, obviously because I am a dad, it was any interaction with the kids and the parents and stuff like that. It's just a cheap shot. Like, just don't do it.
It's a cheap shot. Did you cry?
No.
Oh,
I'm a man.
You sound like a pussy.
Okay. But anyway, that was the one thing. And then, like, obviously with Downey Jr. going to see his dad. Over in catering, and then he filmed this. And he filmed the scene with the fake dad, and
right.
That whole thing.
Yeah.
Like that was good stuff.
Yeah, it was a good, and I guess, wow, now that I'm thinking about it, you kind of see Tony's farewell throughout the movie.
Oh yeah, once he saw his dad, I'm like, he's done.
You thought he was done?
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, I knew he was done for.
Okay, I guess I was just like so like just zoned in that like I missed so many things the first time around. But yeah, I think more towards the end, I expected Steve to go back to
and that's a good point,
to be with Peggy.
Of course, he was the one that would die. He's the one that started the whole thing.
Well, yeah.
So
I didn't think they were gonna like flush him out.
Yeah, well, what are you gonna do?
Yeah,
Iron is expensive.
Iron is expensive.
It's very expensive.
But yeah, I guess at first I thought Cap was gonna die, and Tony was gonna drift away. But then they reversed that on me. But yeah, good stuff.
Right on.
Yeah.
So, what would you say your overall letter ranking?
I mean, I'd go with an A.
Just an A, not an A plus.
I'd give it a solid A.
A solid A.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to gush over it. I think an A is suitable.
Okay.
I wouldn't even be opposed to going down to a B plus.
Really?
But I would give you know what I would do? I'd be like, you know what? This kid, this student here, he's been working hard all year long. I'll give him a little extra bump, a little extra credit, just for doing what he does.
Okay.
Yeah. 22 fucking movies over 10 years, 11 years.
Mm-hmm.
You can't. Nobody's done that. Kevin Smith did, but he did. Let's be real.
He did some good stuff. I mean, that Walrus movie, like,
fucked me up.
Anywho, I would say so. You settled on a solid A.
I'm gonna give it an A.
An A minus, not a B plus.
I'm gonna give it an A.
Just an A. Okay.
A solid A. Just the way I like it.
Okay.
Yeah. What are you gonna? What you got?
What I got?
What you got over there?
What you got? Let me tell you, son.
Don't do that. Ever again. Just say it, man.
I'd give it a B plus.
A B plus. Oh wow. A to the goddamn plus. Tony kind of weird. Well, I can get behind all that because when you take the A to the goddamn plus and a B plus, you know what you get when you average those? An A.
Christy, what's the math on that? You want to double check that? So I want to end tonight.
Okay.
End tonight because we're stuck here.
We are stuck here for a little bit. That guy took my keys, and I don't know where he went.
And then our wall fell down.
And then there is a rift. It could be a portal.
Was this like that Twilight Zone episode where the guy's like daughter fell through into the other dimension, and then he had to
It could be. I mean, I kind of want to touch it, but like I kind of don't want to like. I don't know where that's gonna go. Don't touch the creepy portal.
Yeah. So the other thing we want to talk about is coming up this weekend. Free Comic Book Day. Now, for those of you who may be new to the channel, I am a comic book writer. You can go check out my comic book at devilwithincomic.com.
Check it out.
Issue 1 up. We have issue 2 up for pre-order. But make sure you wait until Free Comic Book Day because we have a promo going on for free shipping.
You should
free shipping.
Start that tomorrow.
What?
You should start that tomorrow.
I mean, technically, because you're listening to the show, it's already working.
It's already working.
Yep. So if you want to go ahead and do it, free shipping. Code of FC. No. The initials of Free Comic Book Day.
Go to the Devil Within or what is it?
It's on the webpage.
Is it just devilwithincomic.com?
Yes.
Devilwithincomic.com. Go there. Find the information because he doesn't fucking know.
FCBD.
BD.
Yes.
Free Comic Book Day.
Free Comic Book Day. Anyway, so go there. Also on Free Comic Book Day, I'm just saying there might be some discounted bundles on there for the special day. So just throwing it out there. You may want to wait for that as well. But also that day, very, very important day as well, because my man turning the big 3-0. 3
Oh, man, don't put those away.
He's got some plans for the birthday.
Going all out.
He sure is, folks. But so, with it being the big 3-0, God, sir,
30.
Do you have any reflections on that?
Oh, so many. How much do we really want to get into a 5-hour episode? I mean, I don't think we want to go there. I mean, we just talked about the roller coaster of emotions that was Avengers Endgame. I don't know if I want to take this into a spiraling output. It's been real, though.
Right on.
Cool.
So, the big 3-0, I decided that, we've been friends long enough.
Yeah.
I think I can get you a gift for your birthday. Okay. So I got you a little something. Now
I'm afraid.
Now
I'm so afraid.
So I got you a little something.
I've been eyeing this floating over there.
So I know you like in your apartment, you've got a whole bunch of posters and things like that up on the wall, right?
Yeah.
So I know you're a connoisseur.
I'm a connoisseur
of art and
do,
posters and things of that nature.
Yes, I'm a former art student. I went to college for 4 years to study art, among other things. It didn't pan out as well as I thought it would, but I do. You're not like I was thinking about this the other day. I'll get this in a second. Yeah. But I was like, I'm 30. I look around my apartment and I've got like posters of like Marvel movies and Batman and like Ninja Turtles. Yeah. I'm like, you know what, like. Fuck all that like fruit in a bowl bullshit.
It's like, real art, man.
Like fuck like sepia tone flowers and like open fields. Like this is the kind of shit I want on my walls.
Now this isn't really my thing, but I know that you're into it, so
it's just okay. What is? Oh, you're such a fuck. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, do I really have to put this up in my house? Do I really have a... You wish you had a friend, Tony, you wish you had a friend who got you a birthday present. I don't think you do. I know, because listen, I'm going to tell you, sometimes friends aren't nice.
I thought you would like it.
Oh my god, man. I can't believe you did this to me. Oh, and I have to show this on the show right now, don't I?
It's not my thing, man.
Oh my god. What?
I know you're into it, but...
So, we actually talked about this on a recent episode not too long ago.
Hence was the thought. You're very...
God, where did you find this?
There's websites.
Why do you have this?
I don't have it. It's for you, man.
So we talked. So was it the poster or the VHS?
The VHS.
It was the VHS because we're like, somebody has to own this goddamn movie. Mm-hmm. Like, there's got to be one copy of this floating around somewhere. And like, you don't want to be the person who like invites guests over to your home, and they're just looking at your video collection, going,
"Oh, that's weird."
Oh, that's So, anyways, from that conversation,
he is now a proud owner of a Song of the South.
I don't want to be
movie poster. God. It's a rarity. Not many people, have.
I can't believe you did this to me.
Display this in their home. So you gotta put that up proud there, pal.
I'm gonna put this down. I'm gonna put this down. No, I'm gonna throw it in the...
So happy birthday!
Oh my god, you... Thanks?
Just leave me in
my god.
Oh. All right. This was fun.
I just want everyone watching to know that I have not seen Song of the South. I have no interest in watching Song of the South.
Christy says you are not putting that
We are not. I don't know what to do with this.
Just saying. You seem very interested. Just put it with your collection of lawn jockeys.
I'm going to go find that guy who's got my car keys.
So for this week,
I'm Kevin Graham.
And this has been Brainwreck.